Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Here's a sewing tutorial of this asymmetric blazer. If this is something you're interested in, let's get into it. So here are the materials needed for the blazer. So I cut out the materials using the pattern paper. I also cut out the lining, which is a suit lining for each and every one of it. I added estate to each and every one of it to make it strong while sewing. So yeah, I also cut the back part of the blazer and also cut the lining for it. So I added half inch to each side of the sewing, and the down part I added 5 inches sewing allowance to make it a long blazer. So I did the same for the both side. Yes, I also interfacing it, and those are things I did just to bring out the beauty of the blazer. So here we are, we're sewing. So we match up together, then I sew. I do the same for the second one, and I sew. So watch me as I sew. So here we are, we have one side here and the other side here. So all I just have to do is join the mid part together to give us a key. But before that, I need to add lining and I also need to iron it. So let's get into the sewing table. So here I am, I'm done ironing. I'm adding my lining to it. So this is the way I'm adding the lining to it. Enjoy it while I sew. So all you just have to do is keep everything in shape while sewing. Remember, do not close this place. I want to use this opportunity to apologize for posting this video at this later. It's never late though. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm just posting it. A lot of things happened. So I just had to look for a way to post it. I told myself if I don't post this video, I'm not going to post any other video. So yeah, I'm just trying to say I'm sorry. Thank you very much. And do not forget to subscribe, like, and follow for more. And also share this video so that the algorithm will be favorable to us. Thank you. So here I am. I'm joining the neckline. After which I top stitch it so that it will lay. Then we're done with the sewing. So our blazer is coming up. As you can see, the keyhole is even forming itself without trying much. So all I just have to do is join the shoulder. So I'm going to join the shoulder, and after which we'll see the way the keyhole is going to come out. So let's get into the sewing table to show you how I joined it and the end result. So do not forget, if you're going to join, this is the way you're going to join. You put your hand inside, you draw the other on, and match it up together. Then you give it a clean sewing. Your inches should not be more than half an inch or less than, but half an inch is okay. So you close it up in order to give you a good finishing while sewing. Then after which you join your shoulder, and that's all. Our keyhole is coming out very fine. Yes, very fine. So let's get into the sewing room. Yeah, you're done joining the shoulder. done joining the keyhole part. Now it is easy to put on the dress form because the dress form does not have a head. Now I find it very difficult to put it on my head. That is where the problem lies. I pushed and pushed and pushed, and I noticed there is a sewing default. So, in order to overcome the sewing default, I have to cut the neckline. I have to cut the neckline and add a zipper to the back. So, what I did first was iron it equal parts just to get the mid part. So, this is me ironing it. Then I got a zipper, a short zipper to be precise, because I don't want it to be long. It's just for the neckline alone. So I just want something that my neck can pass through. So this is me just measuring it, knowing the exact point where I want my zipper to get to. So what I did after that was measure the point at which my zipper will get to. That's the first thing. Then I split it open. I split it open in the sense that I cut both the fashion fabric and the lining. I mean the suit lining. I cut the two together. So after cutting the two, then on the neckline, I make sure I loosen it. So all I'll just have to do is get an extra fabric, both the fashion fabric and the suit lining, and cut them in strip. Then strip of like 1 inch on both sides. So I'll be cutting like 2 inches of strips, one for one side, the other for the other side. I hope I'm communicating. So remember to loosen the neckline, loosen a bit of the neckline so that you'll be able to work on it. So I already worked on the zipper. I kind of lost the video clip to that while doing it. So as you can see, my zipper is coming out fine and nice, and it's not really affecting the bodies of the clothes. So all I did, the strip I was talking about, so 1 inch strip here, the other 1 inch strip for the other side. So I just joined it with the main bodies with 1/8 of an inch. Is I made sure it's very, very tiny. So after that, and I make sure I top tish it so that it will not really affect the bodies. And I notch this side. I make sure I notch this side. So all that I took in was less than 1/4 of an inch down, because I don't need to cut it all down, because all I need was just for the neckline alone. So I'm sure if I zoom in, you see the amount of inches that I took in. You see, it's not even up to 1 inch. It's not even up to 1/4 of an inch. But I make sure I notch it here. Yes, I notch it here so that it won't affect, and it will lay very, very clean and neat by the time I sew down. So by the time I flip it, you see, nobody will even know that at the initial stage I didn't even had any zipper. Everything is coming out nice and neat. Actually, this is tailor sense. So the more you practice, the more you do, the more you get it. So I'll do the same thing I did for the fashion fabric. I replicate it on the suit lining. So all I just need to do is cut that same strip, add it to the suit lining the same way I did on the fashion fabric. That's the same way I will do it. So here is the final outcome after I've already done. As you can see, it's looking demure. It's looking beautiful. Nobody will even know that. Actually, I didn't even cut any zipper allowance. And even if it's going to affect the measurement, it's going to be very, very minor, as in it will not really, really affect, because I didn't take a bulk of it. So here I am trying to join back the neckline. Trying to join back the shoulder and trying to replicate everything I've done earlier that I made a mistake of. So now this is the final result after I've joined the shoulder. So yeah, I'm finishing the down part with an aiming gum so that everything will stay in place and in shape by the time I'm done. So here is the final look before joining the sleeve. As you can see, the zipper is standing straight. I can wear it on my neck, and my keyhole is also standing straight, standing nice. No shaking, nothing. So here I am. I'm just joining the sleeve. Though I didn't record any video about cutting of the sleeve at all. So I'm sorry about that. And yeah, I added like 4 inches thereabout to the sleeve because the material was not enough. The material I got was not enough. So I measured my armhole and I'm sewing all through. I'm replicating every measurement that needs to be replicated. So thereabout, this is how I sew the sleeve. So I'm also doing the normal thing we do on suit sleeve before joining, before adding shoulder pads and all that. So all you just have to do is run a loose stitch, then you iron it, you press it very well, then you add to your sleeve. So I'm adding my sleeve to my bodice. As you can see, I'm adding it to the bodice. So after which I did a bias binding with the suit lining. I didn't want to do a cover up suit lining that you wouldn't see the seam, like everything will be covered up. So this is me using bias binding to cover up the sewing parts of the suit. I think that is communicable, right? I don't know. So this is my final look. I'm just checking in, seeing everything coming out nice and neat and clean. So I'm happy with the results. Before I had my shoulder pad and also had my Chinese button. So this is the look. This is everything. This is my bias binding and I said I added to it. So yeah, that's the final look. So this is my final look. I already added shoulder pad to it. Yes. I didn't film that part. I didn't want this video to be long. So this is also the other part. Here's my Keyhole blazer looking sweet and demure. Thank you guys. Please subscribe, share, and thank you for watching. I love you guys.